Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here. Welcome to this video, this FIFA 17 review slash discussion video, whatever you want to call it. Basically today, guys, I'm going to take the time out to talk about the brand new FIFA game that we are all playing right now. I was very lucky to be able to get a copy of FIFA 17 very early, and I'm not just talking EA Access early, I'm talking several days before EA Access early. Thanks to EA Sports Australia and all the great people that looked after me from over there, I was able to get myself a copy of the game nice and early, and I was allowed to go and check out all the new game modes and everything new about FIFA, and basically just check out the game and sort of come up with my own opinion on it. And now that I've had quite a fair amount of time with this game, I would think nearly about a week or so now, it's definitely been a while, I kind of feel like I've really developed a pretty strong and pretty good opinion on this game. And pretty much what I'm going to do in this video, guys, is sort of break down game mode by game mode, maybe more specifically to what's tailored to this channel and to what I prefer more in FIFA. We'll sort of talk about it, compare it to other FIFAs as well. And at the end of it, I think I'm actually going to rank where I find this FIFA in my list of the last several that have come out. So first up, we're going to get on with the number one thing that everyone wants to know about, and of course, it's career mode. There haven't been an awful lot of changes to career mode this year, of course, in FIFA 17 when it comes to manager mode and with player career. There's really almost no changes whatsoever. There have been some minor additions and some things that have been tweaked a little bit, like something very cool that has been added is, of course, managers being on the sidelines. Not only are all the Premier League managers going to be on the sidelines as well for during all the games, but on top of that, you actually get to pick a manager yourself out of, I think it's 9 or 12 already pre-custom built managers. You get to pick one, you get to deck them out in a suit and tie or tracksuit, and you get to actually have them on the sidelines. And that is a very cool feature. It's definitely a nice little addition. It's not necessarily something that you can just throw in there and say, look, a brand new career mode, but it's definitely a nice little addition. And on top of that, the other big addition or the big change to FIFA 17 career mode is the fact that there's a lot more emphasis on objectives, and they've definitely gotten a lot more specific with the objectives. It's no longer just about winning this cup competition, finishing in this position in the league. No, it goes much beyond that. You've got youth development now, you've got brand exposure, shirt sales, and all that stuff, and that definitely adds a new element to career mode. That definitely hasn't really been in there before. I honestly think it's great. I really do like it. It's a really nice addition that's been put into FIFA 17 into career mode. Again, like I say, a little addition, nothing ridiculously revolutionary and nothing too game changing really. It is pretty much the exact same career mode, but with those things and a few other things that I haven't mentioned yet that have been added in that definitely increase the experience just that little bit. But at its core, it's pretty much the same career mode that we've had for the last 2 or 3 years. And to be totally honest, a few years ago, I might have been a little bit more disappointed that we haven't had a real revolution or a brand new overhaul of career mode or just something really fresh, because we did get something really fresh in the journey. This is the mode that I've been waiting so long for EA Sports to finally have a crack at, and they've done it. A story mode, a my player in FIFA, and they've finally done it with this. Having waited so long for this kind of game mode to be in FIFA, and now for it to finally be here, is just so surreal. It's fantastic. I know I'm really speaking pretty highly about the journey, but trust me, it is worth speaking highly of. I have gotten pretty deep into the journey story so far. So deep, as a matter of fact, that I think I've actually gone too far to actually talk about what happens. And again, they definitely don't want any spoilers for the journey out there, so I'm going to try to do my best. All I can let you know is this. The journey is not going to disappoint you at all. I've gotten many games under my belt. I've been able to progress with Alex Hunter and get his journey and get his story going. And so far, I'm not sick of it yet. There's still so many more games. We're only just a little bit of the way into the season as well. So it looks like the journey is definitely going to keep you occupied for quite a while, which is definitely something else that I really wanted to make sure, or I hoped anyway, the journey would be able to do. That there was plenty of replayability and that it goes on for a fairly long time. I don't know if it's going to be just one season and then that's that. I don't know what happens after the story runs out, or if there's anything more to go back to, and we'll find that out later. We'll find that out a little later on. But so far, I've had so much fun with the story. It's been absolutely great. And following Alex Hunter, I'm quite invested in his story. And I always go back and always try to, make sure that he's doing well. I get a bit agitated if I'm not playing well, but I think that's all part of it. I've really had a lot of fun with the journey, and I think it's going to be easily one of the best things about FIFA 17 this year. One of the other things that I'm definitely very happy about is, of course, the gameplay as well. I'm so happy with the gameplay, especially offline this year. The learning curve that I have needed or required at the start of every single FIFA has always varied from, I don't know, FIFA 13, FIFA 14, maybe there hasn't been too much of a gap. Going from FIFA 15 to FIFA 16, there was a definite gap. It took me a very, very long time to finally figure out FIFA 17, and to be fair, I really was not too big a fan of the gameplay offline in FIFA 16 last year. It just felt hard to break down the other opponent, especially on a much more harder difficulty. And it really just didn't feel as fun to play career mode and to play offline, to play against the computer. This year though, there was almost no learning curve at all. After just a couple of games, I finally found myself bumping it up to Legendary and still playing quite well and comfortably and enjoying it as well. There were definitely times where I would just play so many games and not score but keep a clean sheet, 0-0 after 0-0, and it was just boring and really not fun to play in FIFA 16. But in FIFA 17, it's always goals, always action, and it's a really fast-paced game as well. And you know what? I'm so happy about it as well. They've definitely improved a lot of aspects about the gameplay as well. For example, the passing, which was definitely a bit of a problem in FIFA 16, or at least for me, that definitely seems to be a lot better in FIFA 17. The match day presentation and the environment of the games also look really good as well. And let me just tell you right now, I don't know how I didn't mention this earlier, but the Frostbite engine could be one of the best things to have happened in FIFA in a long, long time. This game runs beautifully in the Frostbite engine, and of course, its best example, the shining example of that is the Journey, of course. But man, I mean, even outside of the Journey, this game just looks spectacular in the Frostbite engine. In terms of other game modes as well, like Ultimate Team, I've definitely done that. I've gone and built foot drafts as well and tried to experience as much as FIFA has to offer in the time that I've had the game. And to be fair, there's just so much to do in FIFA. There's always so much to do in FIFA regardless, whether it be pro clubs, career mode, Ultimate Team. There is so much to do, it's crazy. And as for the actual gameplay online itself as well, I have only managed to play about a game or two so far, so I'm really not going to make my decisions and base any opinions off just one or two games, which, to be fair, the first game didn't go too well for me. Second game went a lot better, but I don't know. I'm not really going to put an opinion out there or develop one of my own, to be fair, off the back of just two games. I definitely feel like I need to wait for everyone to get in and start playing the game and getting a couple more online games under my belt before I actually decide whether or not the online and the offline gameplay is up to scratch. I'm not going to base my decision on like online gameplay or Ultimate Team gameplay off the back of just two games. No, I think I'm going to wait for everyone to get involved in the party and get a few more games under my belt before I do that. I'm still trying to think about all the other stuff that I've experienced in FIFA 17 that I think is worth giving my 2 cents on. And so far, I mean, it's almost like I feel like I've covered really everything that I personally feel like is important to me when it comes to playing a FIFA game. Like, I'm not going to play every single game mode, obviously. There are definitely some game modes that I prefer over others, of course. You all know me. I definitely prefer the offline game modes more than online, to be totally honest. The career modes, the journey, just getting around it all the time. And I really think I've said everything that I have wanted to say about the career mode, about the journey. It's all looking fantastic. Despite the fact that the career mode hasn't really changed an awful lot, I'm still fine with it. The journey, absolutely revolutionary, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what else it's got in store, because again, I've really invested many hours into the journey and I'm still nowhere near the end. But technically, guys, since this is meant to be kind of a review-like video, it's definitely more of a discussion than a review. I don't know. What do people do? They normally give a score at the end of it. I'm not too sure if I'm a big fan of that, because it's kind of pointless just giving a number to a piece of art or to a game or something like this. What instead I think I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to some of the more recent FIFAs that have come out, especially some of the ones that I've enjoyed a lot more. Out of all the new FIFA games that have come out, I would say like post 2010, FIFA 11 is definitely one of the first ones that comes to mind. That was definitely very good fun for me. FIFA 13 and FIFA 14 especially were sensational as well. And FIFA 17, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and say, is already, after just a week of playing the game, right up in that top 4. I am seriously enjoying and having so much fun, especially with career mode and especially with the journey. And of course, there's still so much more in FIFA to offer outside of offline game modes as well. More stuff in Ultimate Team being added in, like, of course, I believe there's actually the Foot Champions as well. So there's competitive gameplay in there, or, you know, there was always competitive, but now there's actual prizes on the line and real competitive gaming, which is also fantastic. I just don't know what to say, man. There's absolutely so much new content in FIFA. Of course, all those new game modes as well, and really all the stuff that I like the most about my FIFA games, it's absolutely nailed this time around. And again, I keep on chirping about the journey, but seriously, I'm so in love with the journey. I seriously just have like an abundance of positive things to say about FIFA 17. Everything that I've done with FIFA 17 so far has pleased me, and there's been very, very little negative, or shall we say, things that I didn't really like too much, or things that I think could have been a little bit better. So far, I feel like everything has been superb, and I'm not just saying that because I've been able to get this review copy, and I am again very thankful for being able to get this review copy, but seriously, everything about, or the majority of FIFA 17 has appealed to me in a big way, and it's really impressed me. The whole look and feel of it under the Frostbite engine, the career mode, the gameplay, the journey, it's all fantastic. I'm seriously having so much fun with the game this year. I also can't help but feel like this is going to be the first FIFA game for, I would say, the last 2 years where I'm definitely going to have much, much more enjoyment out of the game, where I don't want to talk too much smack about FIFA 16 and FIFA 15, but compared to FIFA 14, we weren't really, or at least in my opinion, getting maybe not necessarily a better game or anything like that, but just the overall enjoyment that we had looking back on our time with those specific FIFAs. I would like to think that FIFA 14 was really one of the better games that had come out from the FIFA series or from the franchise, and FIFA 15 and 16, looking back, weren't really the most memorable of times in comparison to FIFA 14. I don't know if I'm the only person that has that same thought as well. I've definitely asked you guys what you think as well, and there are a lot of you that say you liked FIFA 13, FIFA 14 a little bit more than FIFA 15 or FIFA 16, and not necessarily because they were a slightly better game, but just because you had a bit more fun with it. But I'm enjoying the hell out of FIFA 17 right now, which is definitely much more than I was saying last year when FIFA 16 came out and I was still trying to get my head around the gameplay, and I definitely was not having an awful lot of fun at that point. But it is the total opposite now. I'm feeling great playing this game, the game is looking great, and you know what? I reckon I've gone on for a bit too far. That's pretty much going to do it for the end of the review / discussion video. So obviously not a really crazy video, just a nice chill video of me sitting down, talking about the game, giving my opinions, and critiquing it where it needs criticism. But to be totally honest, I'm honestly having a really hard time finding areas in FIFA 17 that need or require some criticism, because goddamn, it's not perfect obviously, but it is getting very close, about as close as you can get for a FIFA game. I'm loving it so far. I'm sure I'm going to continue to love it much, much further on down the track, and that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Of course, many more FIFA 17 videos coming around, like the West Ham career mode, the 2026 career mode, the journey, and a bunch of other stuff, both coming from Ultimate Team. There's so much to do. There is so much to do, and I cannot wait to get it all going. Until next time, guys, my name's MasterBucks. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one. Bye-bye.